False information pisses me off. Now, when I was a kid, I was told that daddy longlegs spiders are some of the most venomous spiders in the world. It's just their fangs were too small to bite you. Kind of like ding-dong ditching a deaf lady's house, you know, like, you know, what's the purpose of it all? Me and my coworker were talking about this a couple years ago at work, and he brings up this story about how there was these campers out in the woods, and a couple of these spiders got in their coffee pot overnight. Well, in the morning they got up, they made their coffee, and apparently the spiders got cooked in there with it, because they drank that shit and they died. All of them, man, right there in the tent, all packed together with the pillows, the blankets, looking like a sardine sleepover. Fast forward to today, I'm in my kid's room, and sure as shit is sure, I see a daddy longlegs spider on his floor. I start freaking out. I'm thinking about that story back in the day. You gotta watch my son. He'll put anything in my son will eat dog shit if you let him. So I had to deal with that spider. And you may be asking, what happened to that spider? Anyways, I get back in the house earlier, and I get to really thinking about it, you know. I know these spiders are venomous, but like prospectively, like how venomous are they, you know? So I pull out my little Google, you know, I pull out my googly. These spiders ain't even poisonous. Not only that, but my friend, he made up that whole story. You lying bitch. I confronted him about it, and turns out that story was actually half true. Apparently a group of people did die, but now they weren't in a tent, actually. They were in a pop-up meth lab out there, but from what I heard, those things were cheaply built, and they had a, you know, extreme fire hazards. You know, they had an extension cord out there plugged up to a microwave. One of them tried to cook a Hot Pocket, you know. I'm not clear on all the details. I ain't trying to act like I know what happened or who I know who it was or anything like that. I'm just saying. I did learn a valuable lesson today, though. You know, I need to stop believing what everybody says, you know, and start watching more Joe Rogan, you know. You know what grinds my gears is those deer hunting DVDs you find in the hunting aisle at Walmart next to the salt blocks. It's a little unrealistic, and it kind of pisses me off. They'll be out there in the stand, cameraman be doing his cameraman shit. There'll be 200 head of deer out there in that damn field, looking like a big-ass family reunion or some shit. Ain't no way, man. Them deer gotta be paid actors. I know why they out there. They contractually obligated. 200 deer out there, man, and I've been every day this year, and I ain't seen nothing but the game warden, because it ain't in season yet, but that's besides the point. This man will have a big ass deer walk out. You ever seen a deer so big on camera that you get secondhand butt puckerness? I immediately became this dude's dad. I was coaching him through the screen. I was like, squeeze, don't pull. This man gonna look dead at the camera. I'm gonna let him walk till next year. Next year? That was one of the biggest damn deer I've seen in my life right there, man. The only time I ever see deer that big is when I'm driving, and usually it's right before I have to call my insurance people. Just like that real big buck that your uncle claimed he, you know, shot back in the day. The deer got away and there's no evidence. It was out there. You sure you hit a deer, Mr. Tucker? Like, nah, I had the invisible tree in the middle of the fucking road. Watching him let that deer walk was like the equivalent of like listening to rap music bragging about counting bread and smashing hoes. Meanwhile, you're on a keto diet and you work at Trader Joe's. They got to the very last day, and this man had the audacity to look in the camera and say, I'm a bit disappointed. I haven't seen anything yet. I turned that shit off immediately. I don't even know if he got anything. I hope his ass fell at the damn stand, to be completely honest with you. Non-alcoholic beer is confusing to me. Apparently people drink this shit so they can enjoy the taste of beer without getting drunk, you know? You mean to tell me you're actually addicted to the taste? Hell, I thought we was all addicted to the blackout fight 2 a.m. Waffle House pregnancy test on the bathroom sink aspect of it all. I was a little shocked, I'm not gonna lie to you. This is a level of alcoholic I've not yet been introduced to. Maybe I am close-minded, but I swear I don't ever recall anyone ever saying they drank beer for the taste. If you show up to a bonfire around here with non-alcoholic beer, we're gonna have to jump you. You better off just to show up with a 12-pack of Dr. Thunder. Non-alcoholic beer, you get nothing from it. Why set yourself up for disappointment like that, right? It's like a fat guy opening up a big old bag of chips. It just air just comes out of that thing. I mean, you could try and inhale it, but is that gonna help you? No, not too much. What, you gonna go buy you a Heineken Zero just so you can go purposely get pulled over by a cop so you can rub it in his face? That's a non-alcoholic beer till he goes to beat you with his nightstick. Shit, that's how they got Rodney King. My mom's a school teacher. She told me they canceling school tomorrow because the weather, you know, is real bad over here on the East Coast. If you know, you know. Kind of pisses me off a little bit. That just goes to show you how soft this generation is getting. Because we didn't get days off when it was storming. Hell, we had to go out in the damn hallway and put our head between our ass and shit. They talking about it's for the safety of the kids. Well, shit, I still got work tomorrow. What about my safety? Hell, I just turn 18, my damn safety goes out the window. Nowadays, someone makes a threat, they got to clear out the whole school, just evacuate. Back in our day, man, someone made a threat, our school was just like, nuh-uh. No, you're not. Our resource officer, he used to think he was John Wick or something, but turns out he only got that job so he could body slam the minorities. They tried to ignore it for as long as they could, but, you know, eventually shit like that catches up to people, and we had a real bad tornado come through one time. It was real dark outside. He was out there shooting at it. He got fired after that. There wasn't nothing they could do for him. Plus, it turns out that tornado had a family, and, it's always tough to talk about this kind of stuff. Pisses me off when a female posts all those thirsty ass freaky statuses on Facebook, then wants to get the nerve to get mad at me because I text her wanting to see what it's talking about. Taking pictures of their ass and flaunting it all over Instagram. How you gonna show me cake and get mad because I want to eat it too? Don't get me wrong now, these types of women are a great time. Well, if you're only looking to sleep with them, because that's all they got to offer other than shit views, congratulations, you're a fleshlight with an opinion. Nah, but seriously though, man, you gotta be careful out here, man. It's kind of like test driving a car, you know, it's usually a great idea until you get in it, only for you to realize in the first 30 seconds that it don't ride right and there's definitely an air leak. And if you're smart, you do what anybody would do. Drop it back off and politely decline to keep it overnight. If you're watching this, it's pretty obvious I'm tender about something or somebody. I got rejected in middle school. I had a date in a wheelchair. That bitch rolled out like Optimus Prime. She even popped a wheelie in the doorway on the way out, man. I ain't been right since. I dated this black girl once that strictly dated white guys. I messed her up so bad she went back to dating only black dudes. And I remember there's this one girl I was with, I messed her up so bad she went gay, you know what I mean? And this girl, I must have really messed her up because 2 weeks after that, that bitch was walking again. Here's a fact, did you know that mosquitoes cause over 1 million deaths a year, making them the world's most dangerous animal? That's right. They're not even a fucking animal and they're that dangerous, that they're the most dangerous animal. Wouldn't that technically make them the most dangerous insect? Or are insects animal? Are we, how does, shit, I should have paid more attention to biology. My buddy was like, bro, did you know that mosquitoes have antennas that can sense your carbon dioxide that you put off up to 30 feet away, and that's how they find you? Or maybe they use their fucking eyes. Because, you know, they got those too. This dude watched 2 Justin Danger videos, and now he thinks he knows everything, just like my dad. Got 2 overly competitive mosquitoes in the corner, like, you remember when Michael Jordan shot that free throw with his eyes closed? Hold my blood sack. Hell, I'm from the South. I can smell barbecue up a mile away. Does that mean I close my eyes and use my nose to find it? No, I'd probably walk to the side of a fucking pine tree. Well, you guys, I was back here recording my video, and I just realized that I do believe that is my water line. So last night I realized my water line was busted, and we're gonna see if we can't get it fixed today. Let's see what we can do about it. That is my water line. Ah, jeez. Let's get this shit. Oh yeah, we in business now, baby. Yes, sir. And that'll do it, folks. I sincerely hope you guys enjoyed it just as much as me and my dad hated doing it. Now, if you excuse me, I gotta go wash my ass. I've ever heard of a bug assault? It's like this little weapon you use to load it with salt. You know, use it to shoot flies and insects. Well, I bought one the other day, and I might have accidentally on purpose loaded it with Uncle Jerry's crack rock. I can't explain the feeling of getting cursed out by your drug-addicted uncle, all while a bunch of keyed-up houseflies sit over on the dining room table taking turns seeing who could bench press the most Duck Dynasty coasters. But it's a pretty weird feeling. This is exactly why people think white people can't cook right here. We're over here shooting bugs with flavor enhancers. They invented the bug assault, and high blood pressure dropped 23% in the United States. Well, what's better than salt? I don't know, fucking dirt maybe? My grandpa used to kill flies with his bare hands back in the day. Sometimes he sees their faces in his dreams. He don't talk about it too much. This thing is deadly accurate though. I gotta give it props on that. You can shoot the pecker off a hummingbird with this thing. The other day I was in the kitchen. I was dropping flies like zeros during World War II, man. They were trying to kamikaze dive into the potato salad and shit. You need one of these things, man, especially if you live in the backwoods of South Georgia, because winter don't affect them anymore. I seen a horsefly the other day. He had on a Carhartt and a thermos. He looked like he was on his way to go fix a roof or something. I read this science study that said that jumping spiders can develop bonds with humans, and they can trust us and even view us as friends, so we shouldn't squish them. Who in the flying hell came up with this shit? The intern finished his report just in time for his shift at Chipotle. If this guy's a scientist, then I'm his 8th grade math teacher, because I'm gonna need him to show his work. If this guy's a scientist, then I'm Albert Einstein, because without any equipment, I was able to come to the conclusion that this guy was higher than Willie Nelson at a small town gas station with no nearby competition. What do you mean spiders are our friends and this honey bun costs $7? I've watched every Spider-Man. I feel like he would have said something. I thought the study of animals was zoology. They be giving out that damn scientist label like a damn participation trophy. Is this where my tax dollars go when it's not being sent overseas? I must be in the wrong career field. Here I am busting my ass in 90-degree weather, and some dude out there is getting paid to sit in the AC all day and talk to spiders about their personal feelings. I still like jumping spiders though, you know what I mean? I leave them be most of the time, but not them damn cockroaches. I can't fuck with them. I was chasing one through the house the other day. He hit that Tyreek Hill peace sign on me as he dove underneath my damn refrigerator. I got his ass though. I sat on top of the table with a can of Raid. As soon as it came out, I sprayed him. Started doing the Harlem Shake, man. I thought I was watching breakdancing at the Olympics all over again. Watching track and field at the Olympics kind of gave me the itch to get back to running again. And then I watched the breakdancing, and I realized there are much easier ways to obtain such success. I used to love running, and I used to tell people in school that one day I was going to be an Olympian. And then I watched this documentary on this Kenyan runner, and they was like, hey man, what do you do to train? And he was all like, well, usually whenever we get hungry, we like to take off running in any given direction, and we'll run for miles and miles until eventually we'll find an antelope, and we'll chase him for days on end until he dies of dehydration, heat stroke. We'll throw him over our shoulder like a bad kid in Walmart and bring him back to the village. I was shocked as hell, man. I mean, dude sounded white as fuck. I wasn't expecting that. That's not even training. That's survival. I don't even have the energy to chase a deer through the woods, and hell, I shot that sumbitch. I can just grab McDonald's on the way home. These dudes got whole villages depending on them. Talking about what they do to train. Hell, apparently the Olympics is their damn training. I could probably still run a 6-minute mile. I ain't even gonna lie to you guys, but 6-minute mile pace for 50 consecutive miles, that's crazy. 50 miles was the radius for my first car, okay? That's how far I could travel away from home before it fucking overheated and blew the fuck up. Perhaps it's a good thing I'm not an Olympian, because we all know I would have said something controversial and got kicked off the team. So I guess I'm exactly where I need. So I guess in a way I'm exactly where I need to be. Peace out, y'all. I gotta go shave this caterpillar before it hatches a damn butterfly. Sometimes self-checkout lines are like the border. You stand in line for hours only to be told it's card only. Whenever I check out at Walmart, it's like I'm on the phone with customer service. I'm constantly asking for a real person. If I ever get arrested for theft at a self-checkout machine, I'm just gonna take it to court and claim I wasn't trained properly. What bothers me is how they make the bags smaller so you can't bag the bigger items, and they use it as an excuse to check the receipt at the door. It used to be their job to do their job. Now it's their job to make sure you do their job, and if you don't do their job, then it's their job to still do nothing, and these people are pushing for $15 an hour. To be fair though, this has nothing to do with the employees. It's not their fault they lost their position to a robot who only got the job because he's cousins with a Terminator. I seen a Facebook post the other day where it was like, you remember when you used to be able to buy lobster and ARs at Walmart? Like, this used to be a country, man. And I couldn't agree with that shit more, man. I can't buy a gun or abuse my ABT. Whatever happened to being open 24/7? Whatever happened to being able to buy your duster cans in private? Self-checkout really isn't that bad. It's just kind of annoying at times. You know, like whenever it tells you that you need employee assistance, but the assistance is busy out smoking a Marlboro Red in the parking lot like we're at a fucking Waffle House or some shit. I got a buddy named Tommy who's an alcoholic, and he's always got the audacity to sit there and call me a pothead and, you know, and criticize me for smoking. It's not the same thing, all right? If you smoke and drive, you do things like hold up traffic because you're going 43 in a 65. Slowing down at a red light only to realize it's green. Finding yourself in a Taco Bell drive-thru and not remembering how you got there. If you drink and drive, you do things like back up traffic because you caused an accident, fled the scene. Running a green light only to realize it was a stop sign. Realizing the next morning that speed bump may have been a hooker. Finding yourself crashed into the side of a Taco Bell and not remembering how you got there. It's not the same. Tommy once joined Alcoholics Anonymous because he thought it was a dating site and he wasn't doing good on Christian Mingle. You know, nothing against those people over there. It's just 90% of them never seen Harry Potter, and it's a little weird. Tommy's so desperate to get lucky that he goes to the bar and roofies himself, which is a funny little segue because I actually got roofied at a bar one time. I was at a bar and I seen this guy. He was acting real shady to this group of girls, so after a few minutes I walked. I'm just fucking with y'all. That shit never happened. I may smoke a little from time to time, but I like to see myself as somewhat of an influencer. You know what I mean? Tommy's only influential when he's driving under it. I like hanging out with Tommy. It's just every time we go out, either it's the best night of my life or we all go to jail. And I'm just saying, can we meet somewhere in the middle? If Jimmy Eat World could do it, then why not Tommy drink liquor? Tommy's such an alcoholic that you can get secondhand drunk from smelling his breath. Tommy blew into a breathalyzer once and gave it liver disease. Tommy stopped going to church because he found out that the wine was actually grape juice. Tommy's idea of cutting back on alcohol was stabbing someone when they tried to take his beer. I honestly thought when the whole, ordeal came out about Bud Light that would be it, that he would quit. That was a nail in the coffin, but nope, it's like, he still drinks that shit, and after a six-pack, he starts looking at me funny. I don't know what to fucking feel about that one. This year, when your favorite team loses, try to refrain from breaking your flat-screen TV that you bought with your disability check. I mean, Jesus, your son sees this shit, and then you wonder why he always forges your signature on his report card. This year, please try and refrain from going to your local high school and reliving your glory days, telling everybody about how you used to run this town and how you could have gone pro, but you busted your eardrum out in the lake and then you couldn't ever hear the play calls again. Shut the fuck up. Nobody cares. I know some of y'all like sports betting, but let me be the first to tell you, this year, please try and refrain from putting all your faith and money in a bunch of teenage boys. Your lights got cut off because you got laid off and you're in the process of getting a new job. Hey, we all humans, it happens sometimes. Your lights got cut off because Oklahoma decided to start their backup as a game time decision. Like, no, come on now, get your shit together. This year, if you're a deadbeat dad, you have no right to bitch at the refs when you haven't picked up the phone and talked to your kid in months. I mean, honestly, look at yourself in the mirror and tell me who's the one really missing the calls here. This year, if you're a Dallas Cowboys fan, I don't want to hear shit. I don't care nothing about what y'all do in the regular season. Y'all know just as well as I do. Y'all can go 17-0 and get clapped in the first round by the 8-9 wild card. Fellas, if you would just show half the love and support to your woman that you do your team, you would have such a, happier marriage. I'm just fucking with y'all. I'm sure she'd find something. And the number one rule, don't be a bandwagon fan. Can't stand bandwagon. Oh, and don't draft Kyle Pitts this year. It don't too much bother me whenever a woman wears makeup to fake an appearance, because usually I have to fake my entire personality just to get the bitch to go on a date with me. This is how I even the playing field. I am a really nice guy, though. Well, pre-intercourse. Yeah, I've never been good at getting on this app and helping my case any. It is definitely my fault, though. I'm kind of like this magnet for, toxicity and shit. Hell, I see a red flag and go colorblind. If I was ever playing flag football and the other team was a squad of 5'5" mentally unstable females with red flags, you can call it Remember the Titans out there, because they wasn't getting out a fucking yard. We run around that field like Troy Polamalu. After the game, I'll try and talk to them, but again, I gotta fake it. Yeah, baby, I don't know if you heard or not, but they like to call me Ray Lewis, because I'm all pro when it comes to this deep. Yeah, not the fact that he smoked someone and got away with it, you know what I mean? I ain't no killer, baby, but don't push me. Yeah. But anyway, here's my card right here. Yeah, you make sure you hold on to that. So what are you doing, later? You want to listen to some Carrie Underwood? I couldn't have drew that shit up better if I was Leonardo da Vinci on Adderall, okay? Perfect execution. Mwah. Friendships these days are like used garbage bags, full of shit and disposable. Shit's faker than plastic surgery on a pro wrestler. I could tell when a friendship's fake, because y'all be too nice to each other, man. Real bros are assholes, it's bro code. For instance, we used to have this buddy that was big on wildlife, he was one of those tree huggers, We used to strap him down and make him watch old Vietnam War clips of them napalm and tree lines. My best friend, may he rest in peace, was black, and boy, I tell you, we gave each other hell. By the end of the day, we were like brothers, man. In fact, I knew we were brothers when he gave me the N-word pass. Word of advice, that is an individual pass. That is not universal. I about got my ass beat outside of a church's chicken because of that shit. Good friends are like morning wood. They pop out of nowhere and tempt you with a good time. Even when y'all get older and he doesn't come around as much as he used to, and you guys start taking pills to have a good time, and there's this heart attack risk involved. All I'm saying is, obviously, I don't want anyone shitting in my toilet, but it's the fact that you've never attempted that makes me wonder if you're really my friend. They say you get 3 solid friends in your lifetime, and already that's too many birthdays for me. I'm gonna have to pass. At this point in my life, my best friends are me, myself, and I. Demure, diabolical. Y'all, I'm glad you're learning your D words. Now, would it kill you to check out deodorant? Say it with me. Dove. Degree. De wash rag and de water. All that fishiness got to smell like Captain D's out here. Y'all out here smelling like disappointment, disregard, and despair. And quite honestly, I'm dissatisfied. You need direction and discipline. You need to scrub a dub in that tub. I'm glad y'all finally made it to the D's, but damn, I feel like y'all missed some words. Like celibacy, condoms, chlamydia, abstinence, birth control. I know y'all know the word audacity. Y'all keep that shit on you. Somebody done opened up the dictionary to a random page and said, yeah, we about to start right here. Y'all was popcorn reading in class, and every time I got to a word, you ain't like you caught on the dyslexic kid. Disgusting, man. It's not cool. It's not dope. Some of y'all need to go back and reread the definition on business so you know exactly what the fuck to stay out of whenever you're around me. If you're a follower of mine, you know that this is a new hat of mine, and that is because I am retiring this hat. It is finally that time. Since I've started making videos a few years ago, these are the collection of hats that I've ran through. I'm pretty sure it's pretty obvious which one's my favorite one. So with that, the Bryce Tucker Hat of Fame grows, and hopefully we'll be adding many more caps to it before it's over with. Thank you guys for the support. I'll see y'all whenever. So a couple days ago, I made a video about Hot Pockets, and I actually got in a lot of trouble by Facebook about it. You know, they cut back on my stars, and I thought, well, maybe I could apologize, or I could just shit on them. Pretty sure y'all know where I'm going. Ain't no way y'all about to intimidate me with a college struggle meal. Y'all should be grateful I was even eating that dusty ass sandwich and making a video about it. Hell, I could have went down there to Dollar General and got me a $1 fast bite cheeseburger and been just as damn happy. That shit gave me diarrhea. I just want you to know that. I heard the sales haven't been too good recently. Got rid of the sleeve for the environment, huh? Yeah, let's just be real, you can't afford it. Someone in the comments said in a few years they gonna take away the plastic too. Gonna be like opening up a box of corn dogs. I should have just ate a damn pot of meat sandwich. If you didn't want me to make a video about it, maybe you should have put the damn sleeve on the sumbitch. Better hope I don't mess around and get rich. I'm gonna make my own damn franchise, Pocket Hots, and we gonna put your ass out of business. Mr. Pocket, if you can't tell, I've been in hot water before. Well, you know about hot water. I mean, let's just look back at 2020 whenever you guys had all that glass in your food and you had to do the recall. Of all the controversial shit that I have put on this app, this is what gets flagged? Don't waste your food stamps on that. Don't do it. Get you some pizza rolls or something, man. I told myself being single was gonna be a blessing because now I get to go wherever I want to go and do whatever I want to do. And hell, I get to eat wherever I want to eat. Turns out I was wrong. Hell, I can't even make up my own mind. I don't need a partner to complicate things for me. I get them my own way just fine. When it comes to getting things done, I'm a pro. Procrastinator. If I got two very important things I need to get done in one day, I'll sit around and contemplate which one is the higher priority, and then I usually go to bed because the day's over and I didn't accomplish shit. I got single when I told myself I was finally gonna get me a new tattoo, and now every time I drive by the parlor, I say the same thing. I say, man, we ain't got the money for that right now. Man, that's some shit my ex used to say. Everything reminds me of her. And not the fact that we have a son together, that's besides the point. The point is that I'm autistic, which means I can paint and draw really well. I just have trouble pronouncing my R's. Are me and my son's mom on good terms? Absolutely, of course. Is she gonna give me shit for this video? Oh, 100%. I tell her all the time, I'm a comedian. She should have never took me seriously. One of these days, I will run out of shit to talk about. But it won't be today. And the reason being is because there's two of me. And whenever I tell people that, they say, what, you got some kind of superpower? Are you a mutant or some shit? It's like, bitch, I'm bipolar. Why do some people feel the need to hop on Facebook and tell the world every time they go on a fancy new diet? I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm happy you're going on a diet. Truthfully, sincerely, I just kind of feel bad you thought people actually gave a shit. The craziest part about these types of people is they're usually skinny. It's like going and getting another prostate exam after you already been checked. After so many times, clearly you're here for something else. Don't let me get to the bottom of it. Plus, it's like the 5th diet you've been on this year. Your diet is criminal. It falls victim to the pork every time. Making the little Facebook statuses. Oh my God, so excited. Day 1 of my new diet. Hashtag no second helpings. And they'll post that shit, and it's a picture of a Diet Coke and a lean cuisine. Clearly someone didn't love you, and I'm sorry for that, but for God's sakes, eat some ice cream like a normal fucking person. I can tell you're on a diet. It's been far too long since you've had any meat. Get out of that tree, man. I'm trying to do a video. I diet like a man. 3 W's. Whiskey, water, weenies, because I like hot dogs. People ask how I stay so skinny. Stress. See, I'm not a stress eater like normal people, you know. I'm a stress beater, you know. When things get hard for me, I like to play with it. Man, I remember this one time I went through a roadblock and they had the whole Paw Patrol out there. They had Ryder and Rubble. The whole crew was out there, man. It was immaculate. I was like, is that Marshall? And Ryder was like, hell yeah. And I was like, hell yeah. Marshall was like, hell no, this motherfucker got drugs. I got taken to jail by the Paw Patrol. That's right, these dirty animals do more than just fix roads and sell cabbages and shit. They don't show that on TV. They save that footage for cops and live PD. That dog had its nose so far at my ass, it could smell the lie I was trying to conjure up to get me out of that situation. I felt violated about that, but hell, every time I bring it up to somebody, they just laugh at me. It ain't like how it used to be, you know what I'm saying? Hell, my grandpa be pissed enough his grandson got smelled up by a German dog. I don't own a dog, but if I I did, it'd be Brian Griffin. Brian wouldn't send me to jail. Brian be in the cell with me. And that's the true definition of man's best friend. My son thought we was about to watch some Paw Patrol. No, sir. No, sir. We won't be having that in my household. We turn on some Family Guy. I only get paid if the video is a minute or longer, so here's me staring out in the distance vaguely until I make up the time. Okay, that should be good enough. Here's a fun fact for you. Mountain Dew does not lower your sperm count. Stop using it as a form of protection. Don't be doing the do before you do the do, or in 9 months you'll be due wondering what the fuck do I do. My buddy used the Mountain Dew method, and now he's up there at the clinic thinking he's got an STD. Bitch, that's some kidney stone. Plan B does not stand for plan before. If you had planned before, you wouldn't be in this rundown Kmart right now looking for help. The B actually stands for broke, because that's what you're gonna be if it don't work. I knew this one girl that took a plan B and it got stuck in her throat, and hell, now she can't swallow. That bitch is dying of starvation as we speak. This one girl met me at the door one time. Hey, you brung protection, didn't you? And I was like, protection from what? You got ghosts in this bitch? My buddy had 2 balloons. He used one for protection, and now the other one sits at the end of his dirt road around a stop sign indicating that he's out to have a boy. Be smart, fellas. Don't let 30 seconds of pleasure cause 18 years of financial pain. I almost got in a fight with this little girl on the school bus one time. To be fair, I was being an asshole, but I wasn't trying to. Let me explain. At this point in my life, I was like 8th grade, 7th grade, somewhere in there. I was just trying to be cool in front of the high schoolers, you know, so they wouldn't bully me. I was real scrawny. I had the bowl cut, you know, my voice cracked. I get random boners in class. I was getting hard for education. I needed a form of guidance, okay? I figured that if I could befriend these older kids, I could learn from them. They could teach me how to do all these cool things, like sneaking into the school parking lot without a pass and banging white chicks in the back of their Nissan Altimas. I'll be honest with you guys, that was a bit of a stretch. I just need to know what lotion I can masturbate with without it burning when I pee after. Anyways, we pulled up to one of the bus stops, and I noticed that somebody's dog had got hit in the road. Now, usually I'm not an asshole, but keep in mind, I'm trying to get cool points. What the fuck was that? I'm trying to get cool points with the older kids, alright? So I stand up, I'm like, damn, that dog got splattered. I said, is that dog Himalayan? Cause Himalayan in the street? Okay. You ever tell a joke so bad that not only does it fall flat, but the people you told it to start giving you a parental lecture after? Yeah, that didn't happen. I rocked the bus. They was tossing roses at my feet, handing out tips. Bus driver threw her panties at me. And then I heard the most animalistic scream I've ever heard in my life. It scared the shit out of me. Sounded like someone was giving birth while being waterboarded. It was crazy. I look up and it's like this 7-year-old girl at the front of the bus. Turns out it was her dog that just got hit. She was going berserk, cussing me out, trying to get to the back, acting just like a gremlin. I said, boy, if somebody don't come pour some sunlight on this bitch. She never came back there though. She was more worried about the dog, checking on it, thankfully, you know. It was actually kind of funny because turns out the dog wasn't even dead. The dog was just suntanning. He was perfectly fine. Little girl did get hit by a car trying to run out there and check on him though. I meant to stop by the funeral home the other night, but I got distracted. I was out on a date with my bus driver. Going to jury duty is like a family gathering. You see a bunch of judging. You don't know half the people that showed up. You're kind of nervous, so you don't really want to be there. But if you don't come at all, you're going to be in trouble. You see, I went to jury duty once. You ever try to outsmart someone and it kind of just blows up in your face? I was told by an apparent dumbass that... I was told that if you wanted to get out of jury duty, all you had to do was say that you knew the person on trial and they would just let you go. Okay, I didn't know you had to be specific. They get us all sat down in there, run us over the whole, you know, dang and shit, and bring the dude out. I go to cheesing ear to ear. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm about to white lie my way right out of this shit. She was like, does anybody in this courtroom know this guy? I raised my hand. I was like, hell yeah, I know this man. She was like, how? Bitch, what? I didn't know I had to supply this information. I didn't think that far ahead. I tried to play it cool, though. I was like, we went to school together. She was like, what class? What the fuck? What is this? Hell, at this point, I'm the one on trial. The other guy, he was trying to play into my shit, too. He was like, yeah, I know that guy. Y'all gotta let me go, right? He tried to get up and leave. They shot him like 3 times. Now, that's something you don't see at a family gathering. Is it just me, or did COVID cause the common handshake to go extinct? Hell, I ain't shaked a hand in years. I don't even know if I can still do it. Now when I run to people out in public, they be giving me this right here, man. Give me some knuckles, man. What's up, man? Like, what the fuck is that, man? We playing rock, paper, scissors? I'm no longer partaking in that shit, alright? From now on, you come to me in public. What's up, Bryce? I'm gonna hit you with that. See that right there? See that? That's all you're gonna get from me. Except for when it's like, you know, my black friends, because I'm super white, so I get really excited when my black friends come around. I'm like, God damn, Jarvis, boy, I knew that was you, man. What's up, man? Boy, I ain't seen you in like 2 weeks, man. How you been, man? Come here, give me a hug. Man, the other day when I left, the police officer stopped me and he said, you don't need to be going around there. They be selling that grass. I told him, I said, man, I didn't even know that you had a lawn care business. I'm so proud of you. I like it when they call me their favorite white boy. It just... man, it hits different. I see him across the parking lot. I hit him with that fucking Forrest Gump. I had a black friend tell me that one time. He's like, that's why I fuck with you, because when shit gets heated, when shit hits the fan, you act like you don't know shit. And I don't know shit. I just spent $35 for a gram of pot. I mean, obviously I'm out of my element here. That's another thing COVID ruined was my street cred. Hell, my street cred is street dead. My black friends, on the other hand, they love their handshakes, man. They got all different kinds of handshakes and shit. It gets complicated sometimes. They're like, one of my buddies, she's like, make sure you put the finger around and like, bitch, what is this, a pinky promise? Aliens in the South. Now this here is a duck pond. You see how we got the corn spread out through the... Is that the war? Hey, go. Now this here is an ashtray. We don't flick our cigarette butts anymore, at least not since Uncle Joe burnt down the Okefenokee swamp with the Pall Mall Red. You ever heard of the BP oil spill? Not the ocean, the dirty movie. The BP stands for butt plug. Here, I got it on my phone. No, it's 24 roses. Yeah, in an older bottle of wine. There, you keep passing, you getting it? Now this here's Django Unchained. Hey, whoa, hey, we can't say that word anymore. You want to ride my four-wheeler? Yeah, that's pretty nice, ain't it? Yeah, man, hey, slow down. Hey, brake, hit the brake. Look, man, I don't care how anybody chooses to live their life. You know, that's your life. You do what you want to do. You know, it's just, we've been spending a lot more time here recently together, and I just got to know. And again, I don't care. I just want to know, you know, are you one of those probe aliens? You want to see my firearms? Here's my military grade Mach 50 SRT LS rocket launcher. Want to know how I got it? You don't want to know. This here is a Publix parking lot. This is where all the teenagers come to rev up their beat to shit Chevys before all going home and cuddling up to watch Yellowstone. I was up here in the kitchen. I figured I'd make me some hot pockets, you know, and I found something I did not know existed, okay? I didn't even know this was a thing, okay? So I go to get the hot pocket out, right? Look at this right here. Where's the damn pocket? Where's the damn This is just a hot right here, okay? I thought the pocket was what's supposed to hold this bitch. I thought it was a mistake at first, right? I thought they'd mispackaged. Look at this. Where's the pocket? Where the hell? I thought I didn't. Look, just read along with the class. Where did the microwave sleep? Fuck, I can't read. Sure that every hot pocket is a bite delight for your taste buds. And guess what? Our hot pockets are now sleeve free. How long has this even been a thing? Like, has it just been that long since I've had a hot pocket? Look at this shit. But also making your hot pocket experience easier and better than ever. Just pure business. How the fuck is it easier when I needed the fucking pocket to hold it? It's hot to hold that son of a bitch. Look at this shit. I gotta eat this shit off a plate now.